everyone, and welcome to Wintercrest Park for CTN's live coverage of Metro Mini Baseball as the Coon Rapids Redbirds host the Forest Lake Brewers. Joe Yonda and Howie Shapiro behind home plate, and Howie, town ball, always good competitive baseball, and two teams separated by just a half game in the Metro Mini standing.
Yeah, absolutely. Although you look at the Brewers, they're 12-3 on the season. I believe they won 7 in a row. Something like that, and they're hot. They come in there. You see the standings, but this should be a good one. I mean, we looked at this day, and it's going to be a hot night. But I think once the sun sets down a little bit, people are going to enjoy themselves, and this should be a good contest.
They started the season 5-0 and have won 7 of 9 in the month of June so far, coming in, I think, 3 straight victories.
Right. Sorry.
And hungry for more. But Coon Rapids Redbirds a half game up because they have one more game in league play. So look at the visiting Rogers roster for the Forest Lake Brewers. Brandon Rogers leading things off, followed by Sean Graff. Mike Schultz is in the number 3 spot. The designated hitter Mason Molitor hitting cleanup. Yossi Scott, Brennan Blake, Joe Rydell, Stephen Golden, and Jackie Faustin.
And then you're going to see tonight on the mound for the Redbirds, Zach Rustad, the lefty, comes in with a 1-1 record. He's pitched 13 in the third inning. He's given up 15 hits, 12 runs, 4 of those runs earned. He comes in with a 2.70 run average.
Lefty on lefty as Brandon Rogers digs in from the left side of the plate to face Zach Rustad.
Rogers steps to the plate. He's hitting .222 on the season.
Fastball called a strike on the inside edge, 0-1.
Well, you talked about winning 7 of the last 9. This is a team that actually is hitting under 300 as an average for a squad, but has 12 wins on the season.
Off-speed pitch stays inside, and it's even at 1-1. Kirby Peary behind the plate for Rustad tonight. Fastball hit on one hard hop to first. Played easily by Paulson. He wins the race to the base for out number 1.
Yeah, Jake did a nice job really just keeping his body in front of the ball. And as you mentioned, that came to him pretty quickly.
Bring up first baseman Sean Graff for the Brewers. Fastball misses outside.
Graff hit the ball well this season, hitting .343 as he steps to the line up to the plate. He's from North Branch.
Got in front of that one, rips it foul down the third base line, evens the count, 1-1. Very warm day,
yes,
but it is turned into a beautiful evening here at Wintercrest. Light breeze. 1-1 pitch, grounded on the left side. Bates will pick up the roller, the throw across to Paulson in plenty of time for out number 2.
Routine ground ball out for Jackson Bates at short.
So look at the defense for the Redbirds. Scott Jusela at third, Jackson Bates at short, Jimmy Brenda the second baseman, Jake Paulson at first, Kirby Peary behind the plate. Clubbin, Parr, and Arndt are the outfielders from right to left. Fastball for a strike to start Mike Schultz out 0-1. And another fastball right on the outside edge at the knees, 0-2. Off-speed pitch outside. Schultz Not tempted, 1-2.
Yeah, good patience at the plate by Schultz. He's hitting .238 on the season.
Another miss just off the outside edge. Hung a breaking pitch there, and Schultz hit it a long way, but a long way foul. It'll stay 2-2. Another curveball. This one hit into short right field for a 2-out single.
Nice at bat by Schultz. Is able to just find the green with that base hit. Try and keep this first inning alive for the Brewers.
That'll bring up the designated hitter, Mason Molitor. Tall left-handed hitter.
Tall is right. He's hitting .310 on the season.
Looks at a fastball for a strike, 0-1.
A nice pitch right at the knees.
Well, he's working that outside corner to the right-handed hitters, inside to the lefties. This one hit right back up the middle and into the outfield. Back-to-back 2-out hits for the Brewers, and they got a little something going here in the top of the first.
Yeah, he smoked that one by Rustad. No opportunity for the defense to make a play.
And now center fielder Yossi Scott, after 2 quick outs, back-to-back 2-out hits. 2 on, 2 out for Scott.
Scott hitting .437 on the season. He is blistering the ball.
Rustad misses outside, 1-0.
Rustad's got to be careful what he offers here.
Good fastball to even the count, 1-1. Off-speed pitch, hit hard into right center. It'll fall and run the gap. 1 run will score. Molitor being waved home as well. He will score without a throw. A 2-run double for Yossi Scott, and the Brewers are on the board.
Well, he stepped into that pitch and he drilled it to the fence in right center. No opportunity again for the outfield to get to it. It was low, it was hard, and it came out there quickly.
And with 2 out, the runners off with the sound of the bat. Molitor able to score without a play at the plate. And now Brennan Blake trying to keep this 2-out rally going. Fastball called a strike on the outside edge, 0-1.
Blake hitting .250 on the season.
Rustad steps off, chases Scott back to the bag at second. Blows it past Brennan Blake. Blake was geared for that fastball, but actually got out ahead of it. And now 0-2. Fastball in the dirt all the way to the backstop. Scott will take a turn at third and stay there on the wild pitch.
Well, we talk about all the time the real estate behind home plate here at Wintercrest, and easily to third. That ball takes a funny hit off the fence, and you've got an opportunity to advance a couple of bases.
Called third strike on the outside edge. Blake a little baffled, but it ends the inning. 3 straight 2-out hits, 2 runs across for the Brewers. Redbirds look to respond in the home half of the first after this on CTN.
As you know, CTN's on YouTube, and we're on in a big way. We have thousands of videos online to help you stay connected to Coon Rapids on any device, at home, or on the go. And it's because of your faithful viewership that we can celebrate 10,000 subscribers to the CTN YouTube page. Thank you for your support as we continue to keep you connected.
Back at the ballpark, town ball between the Coon Rapids Redbirds and the Forest Lake Brewers. Brewers with a pair in the top of the first inning. And now Xander Parr leads the lineup at the dish, hoping they can answer Jake Paulson in the on-deck circle. Kirby Peary behind him. And then Scott Jusela in the cleanup spot. Arndt Brenda Reeves, the designated hitter, hitting 7th. Jackson Bates and then Jason Clubbin. 1-0 pitch grounded to the right side. Faceoff Austin is up with it over to Graff for out number 1.
Quick first out in the field for the Brewers here. There's a look at Davis Bryan. Comes in with a 5-0 record. Coon Rapids native.
Jake Paulson, top 10 in the Metro Mini so far this season. At the plate, gets a piece of the first offering, fouls it to the backstop, 0-1.
Yeah, Paulson's hitting .522.
This one fouled back and out of play. And quickly, Davis Bryan ahead in the count, 0-2. Chops at one that might have been up out of the zone, but protecting the plate keeps the count at 0-2.
Yeah, that one did look like it was a little bit high, but you're right. You know, just to make sure he doesn't get called. Get a piece of the ball, stay alive.
That one misses outside. Paulson thought about it, but kept the bat on his shoulder, 1-2. Curveball in the dirt. Good stop by Rydell behind the plate. Of course, nobody on base matters very little, but good practice to be in. 2-2 to Paulson. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the first inning. Little tapper in front. Bryan off. Throws it over and Graff digs it out well for out number 2.
Yeah, Graff had to make a nice play at the bag just to make sure he secured that baseball. And nice defensive play for the second out of the inning.
Paulson just out in front of an off-speed pitch, just got a piece of it, and little dribbler in front of the hill, and Brian got off quickly, got it over to Graff, and made a nice play. Rest of the infield faced up Austin. Brennan Blake, Stephen Golden, Rogers, Scott, and Schultz in the outfield from left to right. Kirby Peary looks at a pitch low. The count is 1-1.
Kirby hitting 296 as he steps to the plate.
Not positive, but this may be the first he's caught in the Metro Mini season. Playing a lot of shortstop.
Yep.
It's a catcher-rich club.
It is.
Curveball,
That's
back
mine.
and out of play. Oh, what
Almost.
an effort.
Right off my fingertips.
You were right there. Next time.
Next time. I would have had a free bag of popcorn.
It'll stay 1-2 to Peary with 2 out. Brewers with a 2-run top half of the first. Brian tried to tempt him with something outside.
I think Brian
Peary
thought he.
not bite.
I'm sorry. I think he thought he had him as well.
Goes back to the fastball, and Peary hits it into center. Waiting for it is Scott. That's out number 3. The Redbirds down in order. The Brewers, a 2-0 lead after the first. You're watching Town Ball live on CTN. All right, Howie, take a look. Our opponents are on this side, and the Cardinals are over here. Where's the line of scrimmage?
Right here.
Good. So obviously the Cards want to get the ball downfield anywhere over here, and the other guys are pushing back this way over here. So one strategy would take...
Hey, Joe!
What?
Tic-tac-toe, I win!
Back at Wintercrest Park, CTN coverage of Metro Mini Baseball. The Brewers, 2 runs on 3 hits in the top half of the first inning. The Redbirds not able to respond in the home half. And now Rustad back on the hill. Face the lower third of the order for Forest Lake.
Well, as you mentioned, that damage came with 2 outs in that top half of the first.
All 3 hits with 2 outs, pair of singles, and then a 2-run double by the center fielder, Yossi Scott. This is catcher Joe Rydell. Fastball right down the pipe, strike 1.
Rydell hitting 270 on the season.
Another fastball, but this one down and in. And again, 2 pretty quick outs for Rustad to start that first inning. 3 pitches to each of the first 2 men he faced. This one hit well down the line, but hooking foul, and fortunate for the Redbirds as that would have been extra bases to lead things off. Instead, about 2 feet foul, and Rydell is behind in the count 1-2.
Yeah, and that ball, excuse me, that ball was getting out there in a hurry.
Fastball misses high. 2-2. This one hit into short center. And Rydell, leadoff single.
Already 4 hits here tonight for the Brewers. And we're going to have a courtesy runner. It's not, number's not on here. This is Brad Radke, the old Twins
I got
pitcher.
Jackson Schneider.
Oh,
That's number 33 on their.
Oh, yes. Here's his name, but with no number next to it.
Well, that's what it has on the website.
Oh,
So we're
I'm gonna
going
take
with
your word for
Schneider
it.
as the courtesy runner. Stephen Golden will be the batter. Thought about it and looks at a strike. 0-1. This one fouled off and out of play. Rustad had in the count 0-2. Fastball inside, and Golden wisely holds off.
Yeah, Schneider not getting much of a lead off the bag at first.
It's hard against the lefty.
I was going to say, it's hard against the lefty. I agree with you.
Another miss inside, 2-2.
They have 3-2 on the scoreboard.
I may have missed one. It has happened before. This one rolled to the right side. Brenda able to stop it up. Get it over to Paulson for out number 1. Schneider advances to second on the play.
Yeah, Jimmy didn't handle it as cleanly as he wanted and had to go over to first to get that out.
That'll bring up Jackie face to Foston. Second baseman for the Brewers. He's got a man at second base, one away here in the bottom of the top of the second inning.
He's hitting 300 on the season, so the Redbirds have to be careful how they pitch him.
Well, you're not going to tempt him with one like that,
No.
high and wide.
Six hits on the season, all singles.
Fastball misses outside, 2-0. Like to see a 300 hitter in your number 9 spot. Usually gets you around to the top of the order with strong results. Got a piece of that one and put it to the backstop. 2-1.
So they're faced to Foston from the Dominican Republic.
Out ahead of an off-speed pitch, and they count as even at 2-2. Foston, another foul ball. We'll try again at 2-2.
Again, just doing a good job of just protecting the plate, keeping his at-bat alive, trying to see what he can do about advancing the base runner.
Miss outside, makes it a full count. Fastball hit through on the left side, bounces away from Bates. Aren't there to back it up, make sure that Schneider doesn't think about going home, but another hit for the Brewers. They've got runners at the corners with one out and back to the top of the order.
Yeah, he hit that ball kind of that deep part of shortstop. Bates really couldn't get much on it. Went off his glove and into left field.
Rogers a ground ball to first base, first time up. Runner goes, throw is there, runner is out. And Kirby Peary showing what a weapon he can be behind the plate.
Yeah, he has a gun for an arm. He just whipped that ball down to second. Pretty speedy runner. He already had 4 stolen bases on the year, looking for his 5th, but he's going to get thrown out by Peary. And an all-important second out. Now you just worry about that hitter at the plate, and not any additional run production would come across.
And it was a called strike, and now 0-2 to Brandon Rogers. And he lifts one to right, waiting for it and making the catch is Clubbin. That's out number 3. Couple of hits, one left. Still a 2-0 lead for the Brewers going to the bottom of the second on CTN.
Want to know the who, what, when, and where of Coon Rapids? Then follow CTN on social media. It's that simple. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, keep up with local news, sports, and events. And the people who make our community such a great place to live. So give us a follow, like, share, or subscribe, and always be the first to know what's up in Coon Rapids. That's CTN, helping you stay connected.
Howie, do you know why fish are so bad at volleyball? Because they're afraid of the net.
Why me?
Why couldn't the volleyball player cross the road? There were too many bumps. Why was Cinderella kicked off the team? Because she ran away from the ball.
I hate you.
Back at our four-legged friendly park at Wintercrest.
Yeah, hey, I want to give a big shout out to the clubhouse leader, Aaron Lindstrom, watching tonight's broadcast. Sent us a message. Love the Sports Academy tic-tac-toe. I win. Little PSA that we did. Aaron, as always, thanks for watching. We miss you.
Yeah, first time that this team has taken the field without Al in the lineup in a very long time. Deciding after last season to hang up the cleats. First pitch. Jusela hit it on the line, but Golden snared it at third. One pitch, one out. How's that for starting the inning with a bang?
Yeah.
And that was the first one I think we've seen Brian kind of hung that breaking pitch up there for him. Jack Arndt digging in, looks at one outside, 1-0.
Arndt steps to the plate. He's hitting .348 on the season.
High fly to short right center, long run and a sliding catch by Mike Schultz for out number 2.
Yeah, nice. I thought maybe that ball was going to find the green, but Schultz did a really good job of running under it, and as you mentioned, sliding to make that catch.
Boston out there as well, but now Jimmy Brenda fouls back the first offering from Brian, 0-1.
Brenda hitting .270 on the season. Yet he leads the club in home runs with 4.
I have been present for two.
Two?
I was going to say 3. He had one with 2, but this is a pop-up right side. Graff makes the catch in foul territory, and the Redbirds are done on just 7 pitches in the second inning. It's 2-0 Brewers as we go to the third. Dusk continues to settle over the field here at Wintercrest Park as we get set to start the third inning. Sean Graff, Mike Schultz, and Mason Molitor, the scheduled hitters for the Forest Lake Brewers. They have a 2-0 lead after scoring 2 in the top half of the first inning.
Yeah, and they have 5 base hits to go along with those 2 runs through 2.
Graff, a ground ball to shortstop in his first at bat. Looks at a pitch down and in, 1-0. Fastball called a strike, evens the count. And we have seen Rustad pretty regularly finding that outside edge right at the knees to the right-handed hitters. This one fouling out of play, 1-2. Reaches out for that one on a line. Paulson in position to make the play for out number 1.
Pretty much right to him.
That'll bring up Mike Schultz. He started the 2-out rally in the first inning. Singled and scored. Curveball stays high, 1-0. Fastball down in the dirt, skips to the backstop, 2-0.
Nice pitch at the knees.
That's the one that he has found that spot with great regularity, especially to the right-handed batters. Almost all of the hits, I think, on hanging breaking pitches. That one, again, kind of stayed up in the zone a little bit more than he wanted. Schultz fouls it to the backstop, 2-2. Fastball hit high to left field. Arndt gets underneath it for out number 2.
Yeah, plenty of opportunity for Arndt to track that ball down. It stayed up there a while.
Well, there's a little bit of a breeze, a little bit
Not much.
sporadic as well, but it is blowing in from left center.
It is a pleasant evening here for as warm as it was today. We're sitting in the shade, so I guess we have it made.
In the shade.
Yeah.
Mason Molitor single back through the middle. First time up. Also scored on that 2-run Yossi Scott double. Goes fishing for one that might have been a little bit low there. 1-0. Or 0-1. One of those. Off speed pitch and another swing over the top, 0-2.
Yeah, great spot for him to be in here at 0-2. And the count 2 away, get out of this inning relatively quickly if they can.
Rustad could certainly use a quick inning.
Yeah.
One in the dirt, but he's got some room to play. Still 1-2. High behind second base, turning was Brenda, and it fell. Behind him in front of Clubbin. I don't know if he just got spun around, but
I think he did. I don't know if he was sure where the ball was. And I think Clubbin had that long run in, just couldn't get there in time.
fall in no man's land, a little bloop single with 2 away in the third. And that'll bring up Yossi Scott again. He had the 2-run double drive to the right center gap back in the first inning. Late on that one and nowhere close as he spun himself to the ground. 0-1. Rustad misses down and away. This time Scott keeps the bat on his shoulder, 1-1. Misses outside, now 3-1 to Yossi Scott. And Rustad in a position where he's got to throw a good pitch to a good hitter. Swung on and missed, and the count is full.
Yeah, he kept that pitch low, probably ball 4, but Scott wanted to make sure he had an opportunity. It looked like a ball he thought he may be able to drive.
Fastball high to center, late jump going back on it for par, but he's there in plenty of time for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Forest Lake 2, Coon Rapids 0. You're watching Metro Mini Baseball on CTN.
you know that a player will jump an average of 300 times per game of volleyball?
Wow. And I think jumping up to go to the fridge is hard.
The fastest volleyball serve was over 83 miles per hour.
Yikes. If that serve were coming at me, they could have the point. I like my hands. They're dainty.
Huh?
As you know, CTN's on YouTube, and we're on in a big way. We have thousands of videos online to help you stay connected to Coon Rapids on any device, at home, or on the go. And it's because of your faithful viewership that we can celebrate 10,000 subscribers to the CTN YouTube page. Thank you for your support as we continue to keep you connected.
Crowd still assembling in the early innings this evening. Those who missed the top of the first missed all the scoring so far. Forest Lake Brewers with 3 straight 2-out hits to drive in those 2 runs. And so far, their pitcher, Davis Bryan, has not allowed a base runner. Justin Reeves, the DH, leading off, trying to end that streak for the visiting team's starting pitcher. This one fouled back, out of play, evens the count, 1-1.
Reeves hitting .278 on the season.
Curveball breaks in just the right place for Davis Bryan, gets him ahead in the count, 1-2. Down and away, evens it up. Just 6 pitches needed for Bryan to record the 3 outs in that second inning.
Yeah, it's early. He's been efficient so far, though.
Trying to lean on that curveball, but so far just the one that he's found the perfect breaking point to get it in there for a strike. And now a full count to the leadoff man. Goes back to a fastball, hit well and off the tip of the glove of Stephen Golden. And Reeves, big turn, but staying aboard at first base, a leadoff single.
Yeah, that came out to Golden in a hurry, and he just really couldn't play the ball the way he wanted to. And it was, you mentioned, it went off the tip of his glove and into foul territory.
Oh, they're in.
I'm going to say it's an error.
Yeah, they're putting an error on the board. Hit pretty sharply. On the board is an error. First base runner of the night for the Redbirds, Jackson Bates. Backs away from a fastball up and in.
Bates hitting .316 on the year.
Bryan misses down low, 2-0. Off speed pitch, in for a strike. Bryan decided to change the pace a bit, get himself a strike, throws another one, and same result gets him even at 2-2. And now up high, a full count.
Bates trying to see if he can earn a walk here in this situation.
So Bryan had just 6 pitches in the second inning, has thrown at least 6 pitches to the first 2 batters, to each of the first 2 batters. This one hit softly over the head of Graff at first. So an error and a single. And the bottom of the order, trying to help the Redbirds respond to the early 2-0 lead.
Yeah, they have something cooking. And Jason Clubbin at the plate. He's a pretty good hitter, too. He's hitting .304 on the season.
Now with 2 runners on, nobody out. Skied, and it'll stay in play. An opportunity for Golden in foul territory, and he does not miss it. And Clubbin is done on a pitch.
Yeah, Clubbin got underneath that one.
Back to the top of the order, Xander Parr grounded out to second base. Back in the first inning, as you see Golden tracking it well, staying with it, and quickly taking a look at what Reeves was doing at second base.
He ran through those golden rays of sun to get that ball.
Back to the top of the order, Xander Parr. Breaking pitch, misses down and away. Fastball in for a strike.
Good spot for Brian to be in here. Heading. Oh no, it's 1-1. I thought it was 0-2.
Curveball hit high to center field. Back and now coming in is Scott. He'll make the catch. Reeves tags, takes a couple of steps, but he's not going to test the arm. And there's 2 down now with those runners at first and second still.
Yeah, Brian trying to get out of a bit of a jam here with a 2-0 lead. Bottom of the third.
First baseman Jake Paulson. Grounded one back to the pitcher. Curveball hit foul and out of play. Another curveball, this one hit into short center. They're going to turn Reeves and send him home. The throw is going to go to second. It's an RBI single for Jake Paulson. The Redbirds are on the board.
And they cut that lead in half, 2-1. It makes it at this point. Redbirds able to get a couple of hits so far here in the bottom of the third with a pretty good hitter coming to the plate.
Perry, a fly ball to center field his first time up. Now with Bates at second and Paulson at first, 2 away. See if he can extend the inning and perhaps tie the game or more. One misses high for Brian, 1-0. Curveball foul back. Pitch misses low, 2-1.
Nice job holding off on that one. A little bit low.
Brian being very cautious,
Yep.
taking his time with Bates at second. And Peary at the plate, trying to protect that one-run lead. Curveball is in for a strike. It's 2-2.
That one just finds the outside portion of the plate.
Throws him another spinner. This one popped up, foul territory. Graff makes the catch in front of the dugout for out number 3. Redbirds get one back. Still, they trail 2-1 as we head to the 4th. You're watching Metro Mini Baseball on CTN.
All right, Joe. In high school football, the snap ends when A, the ball is moved from its place on the ground, B, the ball leaves the snapper's hands, or C, the ball touches the ground or any other player. You don't have to raise your hand, Joe. Yes, Joe?
I love football.
Ah, yikes.
Sun, not long for this day
Nope.
as it sinks beyond the trees to our west. And the lights come into full effect at Wintercrest Field. A little town ball on a beautiful summer evening. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro behind the plate. For tonight's action, the Brewers came out, scored a pair with 3 straight 2-out hits in the first. The Rapids able to make an error cost the Brewers in the bottom of the 3rd. Able to cut the lead in half, but it left a couple of runners on base. Brennan Blake leading off here in the 4th. He struck out back in the 1st.
Oh, with Rustad out on the mound too, now they got that one run to cut that lead to 1.
This one skied, and Peary over for a look, but it will get out of play behind the dugout. 1-2. Curveball
pitch.
in for a called strike. Second time that Blake has been punched out at the plate. Only 2 strikeouts of the night so far for Zach Rustad.
Yeah, and that was just a pretty pitch to get that strikeout.
Joe Rydell with the single first time up. Looks at a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Just off the outside edge, 2-2. Fastball hit high to center. Long run for Parr, but he's there for out number 2.
Yeah, Parr did a nice job of just tracking that baseball, making sure that he was in the right position to make the catch.
That'll bring up Stephen Golden. Ground out to second base. Good fastball to start 0-1 for Zach Rustad, looking for his first 1-2-3 inning. Golden grounds it right back to the pitcher. Knocked it down, able to go back and get it, but Paulson not able to get it wrangled in.
Yeah, he had to rush his throw, and it was tough, and that one down in the dirt.
Well, and now they have changed. They gave that an immediate hit. There's no second guessing about it. They put that up as a hit for Golden.
They took the error away.
And they took the error away and gave a hit to Justin Reeves.
Yep.
Which I thought was fair.
I agree.
Considering how quickly it got to Golden at third. Jackie Foston, a single in his first at bat. This one hit high to right field, long run. Now reaching back and unable to make the catch in foul territory was Clubbin. He had to go a long way, and then it kind of faded on him again. That wind kind of swirling a little bit. And Foston fortunate to have new life.
I think that ball's just going to get away from it. It's going to get behind him. As you mentioned, with the wind, the little bit of wind at that particular time, it just brought the ball back.
1-1 pitch is outside. Good fastball blown right past him, evens the count at 2-2. That was the 5th 2-out hit of the evening for the Brewers. 5 of their 7 hits coming with 2 away. Called third strike. Foston thought it was down and maybe outside as well, but he starts with a punch out, ends the inning with a punch out. It's 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
Did you know you can raise backyard chickens? But a permit is required, and there's a limit of 4 female chickens per property. No roosters or other fowl are allowed. And there are specific rules for the chicken coop and run. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Today we're on soccer, Joe. So my goal is to kick around some topics with you, but I don't want to foul things up by being too forward.
Please stop that.
So could you assist me?
Stop.
Maybe pass some ideas
How?
so we can tackle this together?
Howie? Oh, boy.
I'm just saying, this really isn't my field.
Unbelievable.
Starting the bottom half of the 4th inning, Coon Rapids trailing Forest Lake by a 2-1 score. Scott Jusela led off the first time he came to the plate, and he hit the first pitch of the inning right at third baseman Stephen Golden. This time no chance as the pitch is down in the dirt and outside. And now Brian missing high, 2-0.
Well, and the Redbirds, again, you know, they had a little productive inning here in the bottom of the third, looking to do so in the bottom half of the fourth.
Jusela out ahead of that one a little bit. And again, and Brian able to get right back into this at bat, even it up at 2-2. Curveball misses down and away, and a full count. Yeah, Davis Bryant threw more pitches in the third inning than he had in the first two combined.
Yep.
This one a high fly to short right. Back on it is face to Austin for out number one.
Yeah, he came across quickly from his position at second.
Got a good read off the bat. He's got good speed.
Really good speed.
And now it'll be Redbirds left fielder Jack Arndt. Arndt a fly ball to right field first time. This one just off the outside edge, 1-1. This one foul, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, the Redbirds would love to have Brian throw some additional pitches here in this fourth inning.
Curveball in for a called strike. That's number 3 against Arndt. Just the first strikeout of the ball game for Davis Bryant. Talk about how efficient he's been through 3 2/3. But just the first time that he's gotten a strikeout. Now Jimmy Brenda popped it up in foul territory his first time up. This one
A little upstairs.
Not tempting at all. One right down the middle, and Brenda fires it into right. They're waiting for it is Schultz, and that is out number 3 in the fourth. We go to the fifth, Forest Lake 2, Coon Rapids 1. You're watching Metro Mini Baseball on CTN.
City code prohibits outdoor storage of things like building materials, auto parts, household items, scrap metal, garbage, and more. Thank you for helping our city look its best. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov. Did you know properties are required to have garbage and recycling service with a licensed hauler? On Collection Day, place your carts 2 feet behind the curb. Collection containers should not be placed in the street. And don't forget, containers are not allowed at the curb on non-collection days. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Complete, and we have a 2-1 lead for the visiting Forest Lake Brewers. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro behind home plate. A very pleasant evening.
Yeah, not a huge crowd at the ballpark tonight, but you're right. It is definitely pleasant. I think people maybe thought it'd be a little too warm to come sit out here, but it is nice.
Top of the order here in the top of the 5th for Forest Lake. Brandon Rogers 0 for 2 this evening. His third chance against starter Zach Rustad. Rustad staying low, missing low, 2-0. And now inside 3-0.
Well, not the way you wanted to start here.
Rogers taking all the way, and it's in for a strike, 3-1. This one hit back through the middle. Nice backhanded stop by Brenda over to Paulson for out number 1.
That was a pretty play, and it took a really nice bounce right into his glove, but he did a nice job of getting to the ball and then quickly turning and throwing to the bag. Nice defensive play from Jimmy Brenda.
Off the bat, I didn't
I thought it was going to be a hit. Nope.
I didn't think there was any chance for Brenda to close the gap, but he was able to do so. Take his time, make a good throw, and routine out. Now Sean Graff, ground out and a line out. Good pitch there to freeze him and even the count, 1-1. Little half swing from Graff, and it falls right in where it needs to, 1-2. Graff out in front a little bit, got a piece. He'll see another 1-2 pitch.
Well, the key is getting a piece of that baseball to stay alive. You talk about all the time, players protect the plate with 2 strikes.
Able to hold off of a pitch that dives down out of the zone. 2-2 now. And a full count. Ball 4. First walk surrendered by either pitcher. And we're in the 5th inning.
Yeah, that's unusual.
Comes with 1 out and keeps the Brewers streak of having a base runner in every inning alive. Mike Schultz 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the first. Back and out of play.
There you see the numbers on Schultz for the evening. 1 for 2. Base hit and a fly out.
Now with a runner at first, 1 out. Looks at a pitch outside. 2-1. Back and will get out of play. 2-2.
I may have hit the truck.
Good thing we have insurance.
Yes.
Good strong fastball blown past a swinging Mike Schultz. It's out number 2. 4th strikeout of the game for Rustad. Second out of the inning, and now Mason Molitor, who is 2 for 2. And both of his singles coming with 2 outs. This one hit on the right side, but in
Just
foul
foul
territory where Paulson got a piece of it. Good strong fastball looked at for strike 2. Pitch in the dirt, great stop by Peary. Make sure that Graff had no thought of getting into scoring position.
Kirby, a really good defensive catcher. We saw him throw out a base run earlier in this contest.
One up high and skips away from Peary momentarily, but it's 2-2. Two outs and a 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Rustad to retire the Brewers in the 5th. Still, Forest Lake leads 2-1. Redbirds at the plate after this.
So, Howie, did you know the term soccer actually came from England?
But don't the English call soccer football, like pretty much everyone else?
Yeah, but only after we started saying soccer and the world was mocking us for it.
So you're saying the UK set us up?
Yep, sabotage.
Brits.
Did you know Coon Rapids has a city code regulating the height of your grass? Grass and weeds must be kept under 8 inches high. Thank you for helping our city look its best. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Back at the ballpark, Forest Lake, a pair of runs in the top of the 1st. Coon Rapids got one back in their half of the 3rd, and that is all the scoring so far. The pitchers pretty much taking care of business.
They
Davis
have.
Bryan Gave up 3 hits in that third inning, but those are the only 3 base runners he has allowed. Justin Reeves, foul ball, just gets out of the field. Sean Graff, a great effort from first.
Yeah, he just ran into the fence. He had a little less real estate.
Reeves originally on base by error, but then it was changed to a hit. Solid line drive right at the third baseman. Looks at a fastball, strike 2. Oh and 2. Now 1 and 2. Off-speed pitch, high fly to short center. Back on it is Foston. He makes the catch for out number 1.
Even backtracks quickly.
Hey, he was a fair piece out into the outfield to make that catch. Covers a lot of ground.
He does.
Jackson Bates now. Bates a single his first time up. Looks at a pitch for a strike, 0-1. Brian tried to pull the string, missed outside a bit. Back and out of play, 1 and 2, and Brian right back ahead in the count. Where he has been able to stay most of the night. Curveball misses down and away. Fastball down and away and a full count. Hit towards center field, long run in, but it'll fall in front of Yossi Scott. And Jackson Bates is 2 for 2.
Yeah, no opportunity for the defense to get that baseball, and Bates able to find the green. He's over at first.
Doesn't have to be hit hard as long as you hit it where they ain't.
Exactly. He's got to find a little of that open space.
Clubbin popped up late on the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-1. Check on Bates. He slides back safely. Brian misses outside. Evens the count, 1-1. 1 out, 1 on for Jason Clubb and his team, trailing by 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brian in the dirt, good stop by Rydell.
Yeah, we talk about that ball gets behind the catcher, that's an extra base easily. Rydell, as you mentioned, did a nice job of making sure it did not get behind him.
Check on Bates, and again, he slides in safely in front of the throw. Fouled back and out of play, 2-2. Trying to get the Redbirds back to the top of the order with ducks on the pond. Clubbing with a 2-2 count against Davis Bryant.
Nice
Curveball
pitch.
called for a strike, and Clubbin disagrees.
Yes, he did.
But it is out number 2 and back to the top of the order. Xander Parr, ground out and a fly out. Curveball went everywhere but the zone, 1-0. Again, they check on Bates, and again, he's back safely.
Yeah, they don't want Bates to go anywhere. He has one stolen base on the season.
Fastball evens it up. 1-1. Bates is going, and this one fouled and out of play. It'll be 1-2.
Yeah, Parr shaking his head. He would have liked to have had that one attempt back.
Pure ball in the dirt. Another good stop by Rydell. Two outs, the 2-2 count for Brian Davis, or Davis Bryant rather. He checks Bates, and again Bates is safe at first.
He kind of has two first names, so it could be Davis Bryant
It could
or Brian
work.
Davis.
It could work
Either
well,
way.
Either way. Yes. Runner off again. This one popped up in foul territory and will get out of play as well. And we will try again at 2-2. Fastball misses, full count. Good battle going for Xander Parr here with two outs in the bottom of the fifth. Jackson Bates at first base. This one hit back up through the middle, and it will get underneath the glove of Blake. Bates is going to turn, dig, and get to third base. Solid battle for Xander Parr, and he wins it with a grounder back through the middle. And that tying run now just 90 feet away.
Yeah, again, he did a good job staying patient, keeping his at-bat alive, and that paid off for him with that hit up the middle.
Jake Paulson, an RBI single in the third. 1 for 2 this evening. Now with runners at the corners, 2 away. Curveball stays high, 1-0.
Yeah, great opportunity for Paulson to get that second RBI here.
Fastball in to even the count. Curveball got him swinging at one well outside, and Paulson maybe having a little talk with himself after that swing.
I would think so.
Behind in the count, 1-2.
I'm sure he realized that was not the pitch he wanted to offer at.
Rydell goes even further outside. A good stop again with runners on base. Curveball can be such a weapon, but it can be a dangerous one if it gets past your catcher. 2-2 with 2 on, 2 out. Parr bluffed the steal, and that got Brian thinking. Steps back on the rubber, and now Paulson steps back into the batter's box. Big high curveball and a full count.
He's a pitch away from loading him up with 2 away.
Or worse, potentially, if he leaves the wrong pitch for Jake Paulson. This one grounded, scooped up by Foston over to Graff for out number 3. Redbirds get a couple of base runners on, but can't get that tying run home. They trail 2-1 as we go to the 6th.
Okay, I have a couple good ones for you, Joe. How do football players stay cool? By standing next to the fans. What kind of tea do football players drink? Penalty. Why can't you play football with pigs? Because they hog the ball.
Two runs for Forest Lake in the top of the first inning. 1 run for Coon Rapids in the bottom of the 3rd. And here we are starting the 6th with a 2-1 score.
As you mentioned, pitchers doing most of the work here, although 7 hits for the Brewers, 5 for the Redbirds. The Brewers do lead 2-1.
Yossi Scott, a 2-run double back in the first inning. A fly to center his last time up. Backs away from an inside fastball. Curveball is in to even it up. Good strong fastball still for Zach Rustad, and if my math is correct, that was pitch number 100. Scott able to get a piece of that, stay alive at 1-2. And both pitchers, while they've done well, we'll see how much longer they stay on just based on pitch count.
Oh, yeah. And we're getting a little later in this ball game here in the top of the 6th.
Curveball swung on and missed. Third straight strikeout for Rustad. 6th in the ball game. Fanned the last 2 he faced in the 5th, and now starts the 6th by sending Scott down swinging. Brennan Blake has been punched out both times. Another miss outside for Rustad. It's 2-0.
Yeah, that one didn't miss by much.
Blake, a big swing, got a little piece, but it ends up in Peary's mitt, 2-1. Curveball dives low, 3-1. Fastball clips the outside edge, gets it back to a full count. Now you got to guess Brendan Blake is going to be kind of geared to swing as he's been sent down looking twice to this point. Fastball called strike, and he thought it was low, ball 4. Instead, he's headed back to the locker room, punched out for the 3rd time tonight.
Yeah, tough night at the plate for Blake.
And that's 4 in a row for Zach Rustad. Who may be getting stronger as he continues to go. Rydell fouls back the first pitch. Rydell 1 for 2. Fastball misses inside, 1-1. This one hit right back through the middle, a 2-out single for Rydell. And again, so many of their hits coming with 2 outs.
And a solid base hit too by Rydell as he just shot that one back up the box. Jackson Schneider again will be the courtesy runner for Rydell.
Yeah, now 6 of 8 hits have come with 2 outs. And that one off the top of the head of Stephen Golden, and he's got a free base hit by pitch.
It was a clunker. Right off the top of the helmet.
That'll bring up Jackie face to Boston. 1 for 2.
And the Redbirds with 2 out and 2 on, looking to get out of the inning.
Rustad starts him out with a strike, 0-1. Off speed pitch, gets him swinging. It's 0-2.
Yeah, that's one he'd like to, I'm sure, have back, is swung for something low down in the zone.
Ooh, that one popped back up and caught the side of his face, and Foston.
Hopefully he's okay. Oh yeah, right on the face.
Maybe right above the eye.
Yeah.
Give him a little extra time to. Right below the eye,
Yep.
on the cheekbone.
Looks like a little.
Just wait till tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it'll be bigger than that.
Fortunately, he's able to put the helmet back on, dig back in. He'll get another opportunity with an 0-2 count. 2 on, 2 out. Gets just a piece, stays alive to see a better pitch. Schneider at second, Golden at first. Another 0-2 pitch. This one slapped into short right. It'll fall well in front of Clubbin. The first run will score. Golden.
No, it's foul.
It was foul.
Yeah, it was foul. It looked like it might hit the line, but
yeah, it looked like it was perfectly placed. There was no chance for Clubbin to get there, but it was foul, and fortunate for the Redbirds, as Schneider would have scored easily. Instead, we'll try again at 0-2. That's 3 two-strike fouls in this at bat for Jackie Foston.
it looked like he was going to offer. Thought wisely about not.
Curveball in for a strike. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Zach Rustad. Allows a couple of base runners, but leaves him stranded. Still a 2-1 lead for Forest Lake as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
Any vehicles left outside on your property must be in operable condition and parked on an improved surface with current registration displayed. And repairing or dismantling vehicles outside is a violation of city code. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
There is the tail of the tape on the board. 2 runs on 8 hits for Forest Lake. Both of those runs coming in the first inning. Coon Rapids 1 run on 5 hits. Kirby Peary leading off the inning, drops down a bunt, trying to catch him napping, and it works as the throw is into the dirt and all the way past Peary trying to advance to second, and he gets there safely. First error of the ball game, I would assume, will be charged to Forest Lake, and the tying run is in scoring position to lead things off here in the 6th.
That's just the way the Redbirds wanted to start here in this bottom half of the 6th. Immediately get that runner in scoring position.
They put it up as a hit and an error. So they're saying it was an infield single on the bunt, but then he advanced on the errant throw. It's generous to be certain, but either way, the tying run is in scoring position with nobody out. Good breaking pitch to start Scott Jusela out 0-1. Brian tried to go back to it. This one hit into right. Waiting on it is Schultz. Tagging and trying to advance is Peary, and he is out.
That was one heck of a
third.
throw.
A fantastic throw from Mike Schultz.
That's how you
And that erases that lead off
look
blunder.
Look at the gun. I mean, he easily beat it to the bag. That was an easy play to make. See?
First pitch, and Jack Arndt able to pound one through the middle for a base hit with 2 away.
Well, they don't send him there, and that's a run. It's unfortunate. Possibly. I don't know. Possibly.
Either way, you'd still have 2 on and only one out. But
right. That's a moot point.
And now Jimmy Brenda. Brenda capable, putting the Redbirds right back on top, or on top for the first time, I should say, with one swing of the bat. Brian continues to nibble on that outside edge to the right-handed hitters. Check the runner, and Arndt is back safely. Brenda gets a piece, but can't put it into play. 2-2. This one grounded on the right side and through. The hit and run was on. Arndt will advance over to third base. Good strong base running. Arndt was on the move, so Foston moved toward the bag. That opened up a hole for Brenda to put it through. Back-to-back 2-out singles. And again, the tying run just 90 feet away for the Redbirds.
Cole Grubner going to be the runner there.
And now Justin Reeves, 1 for 2, singled and scored back in the third inning.
Yeah, Brian just trying to get out of this inning unscathed.
Able to spin that one in for a strike, 0-1. fake the throw, and they'll let Grubner get over to second. With the go-ahead run, the pitch was high, so it's 1-1. Got underneath it, spins it back out of play. 1-2.
Well, an opportunity here to keep this inning going. And most importantly, an opportunity to, at a minimum, tie it up.
Single to the right spot of the outfield could definitely score 2.
Oh, you bet.
But a good slider to get him swinging for out number 3. Redbirds lead 2 in scoring position. They trail by 1 as we go to the 7th on CTN.
All right, Howie, take a look. Our opponents are on this side, and the Cardinals are over here. Where's the line of scrimmage?
Right here.
Good. So obviously the Cards want to get the ball downfield anywhere over here, and the other guys are pushing back this way over here. So one strategy would take...
Hey, Joe!
What?
Tic-tac-toe, I win!
Forest Lake Brewers came into the game half a game behind the Redbirds in the standings. They jumped out to an early lead, got 3 2-out hits in the first inning to score 2 runs. Redbirds able to get 1 run back in the third, and that is where we stand to this point. The pitchers able to hold on from there. Solid outing from Zach Rustad. Ends with 6 complete. He had 7 strikeouts. Make it 8 strikeouts.
Brandon Wozniak will take the mound. Comes in with an 0-3 record. Thrown 15 innings, given up 24 hits, 15 runs, 9 of them earned. Giving up a home run. Comes in with an ERA of 5.40.
And Wozniak will start with the top of the order as we get into the late innings. Brandon Rogers 0 for 3. Couple of ground outs and a fly out. Now with his team still trying to increase that lead they've had since the first inning. They've had runners on base in every inning this ball game, but not able to score since that first. And when you think about 6 of their 8 hits coming with 2 outs, and quickly, Wozniak ahead in the count 0-2.
That one a little up in the zone.
Still little. Now down and in, and it's 2-2. Swung on and missed. That pitch down in the dirt, but it is strike 3. Wozniak starts his outing with a K.
Nice way to start his outing here.
Six of the last batters have been struck out for Forest Lake. Sean Graff looks at a fastball that evens the count, 1-1. Graff with a walk the last time up. Only walk still to this point in the ball game. Only walk that we've seen.
Yeah, it's unusual for, we're here in the top of the 7th.
Like to swing the ball, swing the bat in town ball.
Yeah.
This one sent high down the left field line into foul territory, and aren't able to get over, make the catch for out number 2.
Well, a couple of relatively quick outs here for Wozniak.
Mike Schultz 1 for 3, singled and scored in that first inning. Fastball right down the middle, challenge pitch to even the count, 1-1. And then pulls the string, and Schultz was way out in front with that swing. 1-2.
Yeah, that was a pretty pitch. Again, got him swinging late.
Goes back to it, better time, but this one well foul as Schultz was still out ahead of the breaking pitch. Hit it a long way, but it's just another strike. Or foul at this point. Try again at 1-2. Wozniak kicks and delivers. This one down the line, fair into the corner. Rounding and going for 2 is Schultz. The throw is not in time. He's got a 2-out double.
I thought he got the tag down.
Very close. As Grubner out there for the first time since coming in as the pinch runner.
Again, he did a nice job of getting that ball in. Yeah, he just beat it. Good play nonetheless.
Another 2-out hit for the Brewers.
It's always tough with one official in this game. He's got to call everything.
Yeah, but I got to say he's done a great job
of
getting out from behind the plate, getting himself into a good position, and now manager Jeff Lindstrom wants to rally the troops at the mound. Mason Molitor just standing in the batter's box, watching and waiting.
Was having a little strategy going on. Mentioned Lindstrom, Jeff Lindstrom, head coach of the Redbirds, coming out, talking a little strategy, and of course, none more than between pitcher and catcher.
Mason Molitor 2 for 3. Pair of singles, a run scored, and a strikeout. Now with 2 outs and a huge courtesy run at second base. And a good way to start for Wozniak as he starts him with the change, gets him out on his toes, 0-1. This one grounded just out of the reach of Wozniak, scooped up, and the throw in time. And that is out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Forest Lake 2, Coon Rapids 1 on CTN.
Want to know the who, what, when, and where of Coon Rapids? Then follow CTN on social media. It's that simple. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, keep up with local news, sports, and events. And the people who make our community such a great place to live. So give us a follow, like, share, or subscribe, and always be the first to know what's up in Coon Rapids. That's CTN, helping you stay connected.
Beautiful evening at the ballpark, and it's been a tight one.
It has.
2 runs for Forest Lake in the top of the 1st inning. 1 run for Coon Rapids in the bottom of the 3rd. Plenty of base runners, plenty of opportunities, especially for the visiting Brewers through the first 6.5 innings, but a lot of runners left stranded.
Zach White getting the opportunity to hit for the Redbirds here in the bottom half of the 7th. Zach's hitting .231 on the season. He steps to the plate.
First pitch hammered, but right back to Davis. Bryan just snagged it like nothing to it. Right back to the top of the hill. Wow.
Yeah, that was a shot.
He hit it sharply, and
Drew Gertz. Drew comes into the game hitting .364 in 11 at bats.
this one rolled to the left side, scooped up by Golden. The throw in plenty of time, and 2 pretty quick outs to start the bottom of the 7th.
Well, exactly the way Davis Bryan wanted it to be. You know, nursing that 2-1 lead, let's get back to the plate as quickly as we can. Make sure we hold them off the board, and that's what he's done so far.
Unofficially, that was his 100th pitch of the evening.
We'll see if this is his last inning.
Back to the top of the order, Xander Parr, 1 for 3. Fouls it back. Redbird's been able to threaten and get that tying run to third base a couple of different times, each of the last 2 innings. Just unable to push it across. 2-1 pitch to Parr. Hit to the right side. Easy play from Faustin to Graff for out number 3. A 1-2-3, bottom of the 7th. We go to the 8th with Forest Lake leading Coon Rapids by a 2-1 score. You're watching Metro Mini Town Ball on CTN.
Howie, do you know why fish are so bad at volleyball? Because they're afraid of the net.
Why me?
Why couldn't the volleyball player cross the road? There were too many bumps. Why was Cinderella kicked off the team? because she ran away from the ball.
I hate you.
Brett Grebner will take over on the hill for the Redbirds, trailing 2-1 in the 8th.
And this is his first outing of the year.
Kirby Peary will go to short. Zach White takes over behind the plate. And Gertz, I believe, now out in right field. Everything else appears to be the same. Grebner had taken over at second base in the last inning.
It'll be Grebner's opportunity here to see if he can get a quick inning like Brian did last. Get back to the plate trailing 2-1.
Yossi Scott, 1 for 3, had a 2-run double in the first inning. Little check swing foul. That 2-run double obviously amounting to the entire offense of the night so far for the Brewers. This one hit well and through the hole on the left side. A leadoff single for Yossi Scott.
Well, he starts it out well for his team with holding that 2-1 lead. They're trying to get a little more insurance here if they can. Nobody out, top of the 8th.
Well, Brennan Blake is the happiest guy in the opposing dugout to see the starter, Zach Rustad, leave the game. He had the golden sombrero, and he drops down a beauty of a bunt right here. The throw is in time, but the sacrifice is successful as it moves the runner into scoring position.
Yeah, he certainly did what he needed to do to get that runner to second. Take the out for the advancement of the base runner.
Scott moves to second. Rydell at the plate is 2 for 3. White out for a quick word with Grebner. We have 2 Grebners. I don't believe they're related. Now on the mound and at second base.
Yep.
Fastball up high, 1-0 to Rydell. Plenty of opportunity throughout this game for the Brewers to increase their lead, but they have not been able to push that run across. Had a runner in scoring position and all, but I think 2, make it 3 innings in the game.
And again, White goes out to talk to Grebner.
Well, it can be difficult, pitcher and catcher that don't work a lot together.
Well, considering this is
come
Grebner's
in
first,
with a pressure situation, late innings. Make sure you're on the same page. Misses down and away, now 3-0. We'll see if Rydell has the green light on 3-0. Watching all the way, that was belt high right down the middle of the plate. 3-1. Curveball and a beauty. In for a strike, full count.
Well, if he can retire Rydell here, it'd be a huge out for the second of the inning, considering that the Rydell had the night he has had.
Stephen Golden on deck is 1 for 2. He was also hit by a pitch. This one off the end of the bat and out of play. We will try again at full count.
Lost him.
Curveball dives down and away out of the zone. Ball 4. And 2 on with only 1 out here in the 8th inning for the Brewers. Courtesy runner Schneider will take over. He's had a busy night.
Yes.
Rydell has reached base 3 out of 4 times he's gone to the plate. And now Stephen Golden, again 1 for 2. Pick off at second, and they got him. A beauty.
No, they called him safe.
No. Yeah?
Yep.
I thought I saw an out call.
No, he called him safe.
New life for Yossi Scott. Could not get much closer as Peary snuck in behind. Fastball misses high to Golden, 1-0.
Let's take another look at it. I think he was out. Looks out to me from this angle, but of course, as you talked about this official, it's a tough job just being the only one here out on the field. And
this one hit long way, but a long way foul. 1-1.
Jeremy Millington wanted to throw the red flag to challenge that.
He's been known to drag out games.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He wants it to go at least 12. That's what he told me.
It's a nice night for it. I don't know that I want to be here into the 12th inning, but if it was going to go into a 12-inning game, this would be the kind of night it should be.
Yep.
'Cause it is very, very pleasant evening at the ballpark. 1-2 count to Golden. Fastball up high. Swinging strike 3, and that's a big second out.
Yes, it is.
For Grebner. And now we have a new hitter in the number 9 spot.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9. That would be Nick Brown. Nick's hitting 286 as he steps to the plate.
Stays steady on a fastball high, 1-0. Curveball hit back on the right side, fielded by Paulson. He'll tag the bag and flip it to the mound as this inning is over. Another hit, another 2 left stranded. Still a 2-1 game at Wintercrest.
Did you know that a player will jump an average of 300 times per game of volleyball?
Wow. And I think jumping up to go to the fridge is hard.
The fastest volleyball serve was over 83 miles per hour.
Yikes. If that serve were coming at me, they could have the point. I like my hands. They're dainty.
Huh?
Tight one in the middle of the Metro Mini standings. Forest Lake came into this game with a much more impressive overall record, but trailing the Redbirds by a half game in the league standings. Got that 2-0 lead in the top half of the first inning, and it's been enough so far. Paulson, first pitch on a hop to Foston, over to Graff for out number 1.
Well, the one thing that the Redbirds cannot afford are quick outs.
Well, and Brian Davis, or Davis Bryan, excuse me, out there still, but he got through that last inning with just 7 pitches. This one popped up, foul territory, long run. Rydell able to make the basket catch. And that is 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the 8th inning. You mentioned can't make quick outs. You don't make them any quicker than that. And that was great hustle from Joe Rydell. And now Scott Jusela. Another look at Rydell coming over and making the basket catch.
Yeah, and plenty of real estate to make that catch with. And as you mentioned, just really good hustle.
Jusela 0 for 3 with a line out, a couple of fly outs. Off-speed pitch got him out on his toes, evens the count 1-1. Spins it high and tight, 2-1. Brian returns with a fastball at the knees to even the count.
It'll be interesting to see if they let Brian finish.
Good inning here. He retires them 1, 2, 3. That's 7 in a row. He's sent down, and he has a lead. His team up 2-1 going to the 9th on CTN.
As you know, CTN's on YouTube, and we're on in a big way. We have thousands of videos online to help you stay connected to Coon Rapids on any device, at home, or on the go. And it's because of your faithful viewership that we can celebrate 10,000 subscribers to the CTN YouTube page. Thank you for your support as we continue to keep you connected.
Jackson Bates will come on for the 9th inning. Grebner will slide back to the shortstop position, and Kirby Peary back behind the plate. So Grebner to Grebner, middle infield.
So 9 innings pitched. He's got a 1-0 record, Bates. In 9 innings pitched, he's only given up 2 hits. Struck out 16 in 9 innings. He's got a .069. I'm sorry, he's got a 0 ERA.
That's good, right?
That's not bad. So again, the Redbirds now looking for as quick of inning as the Brewers had in the bottom of the 8th.
Well, the
trailing
Brewers,
2-1.
Brewers have not been retired in order in this ball game.
Nope.
However, the top of the order, which is due up here in the top of the 9th, coming up in a leadoff spot for the 4th time in the ball game of his 5 at-bats. But Brandon Rogers is 0 for 4.
Hit him.
And he will take a hit by pitch.
Not the way you wanted to start if you're Jackson Bates with your first offering.
And now Sean Graff, he's 0 for 3 with a walk. Showed bunt, pulled it back, takes a pitch outside, 1-0. Bunted it back and foul. Evens the count, 1-1. Runner at first base with nobody out here in the top of the 9th inning. Graff pulls back, takes another pitch high, 2-1. Pushes the bunt down the first base line. A little miscommunication, and the runner is safe as the ball came loose in the collision. Grebner over to cover at first. Took the flip from Paulson, and that was right into the path of Sean Graff. Another look at it as Paulson flipped and Graff ran right through and took the glove right off the hand of Grebner. Now runners at the corners and nobody out.
Yeah, now it's a tough inning. Now it's a tough situation for the Redbirds because you're looking at the top of the 9th. The Brewers already up 2-1, looking to add to that lead and add that cushion that they're looking for.
Put on the board is an error. Doesn't matter how they got there. Runners at the corners. This one popped back, may stay in play. Peary is there to make the catch, and that's a huge out for the Redbirds.
Up here, just, you know, we talked about all the room back here, and he takes advantage of it, uses it, and able to make the catch up against the fence.
Mason Molitor 2 for 4. Couple of singles and a run scored as those runners at the corners still with one out. First pitch back through the middle and down for a hit. Rogers scores easily from third. It's a 3-1 lead for the Brewers. And now Yossi Scott, he's 2 for 4. Had the 2-run double in the first. Got just a piece of that, but it ends up in Peary's glove, 0-1. Foul back.
Jammed him.
Good strong fastball blown right past him for out number 2.
And a big second out for the Redbirds here.
Bates has found his rhythm. He's firing right now. Gets himself ahead in the count, 0-2. And again, Brendan Blake.
It's a tough night at the plate.
0 for 3. Good sacrifice bunt last time up. But 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts and make it 4. But another run across for Forest Lake. Redbirds need 2 to tie as we go to the bottom of the ninth.
All right, Joe. In high school football, the snap ends when A, the ball is moved from its place in the ground, B, the ball leaves the snapper's hands, or C, the ball touches the ground or any other player. You don't have to raise your hand, Joe. Yes, Joe?
I love football.
Ah, yikes.
Did you know you can raise backyard chickens? But a permit is required, and there's a limit of 4 female chickens per property. No roosters or other fowl are allowed. And there are specific rules for the chicken coop and run. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Well, it all comes down to this. Forest Lake has led since the word go. They scored 2 in the top of the first inning, add 1 in the top of the ninth, and now have a 2-run lead. Davis Bryan still going on the hill.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to come out.
Well, only 7 pitches in each of the last 2 innings. This one right back to him on a hop. Underhanded flip over to Graff, and Jack Arch is retired for out number 1.
Well, yeah, and again, the start to, right now, the start to another quick inning.
bring up Jimmy Brenda. First pitch finds a hole on the left side. His second hit of the ball game. Keeping hopes alive. And then he'll be replaced on the base paths.
That's Cole Grubner. Yeah, they're saying, oh, they can't. Yeah, Grubner can't run. Brenda's going to have to run.
Well, because Grebner had originally replaced Brenda, and then Brenda was reinserted, so you can't then run for him again.
I think we have everything straightened out.
Justin Reeves at the plate, 1 for 3. Looks at a pitch down and away. Another one down and away, 2-0. Brian put it right there for him. It's 2-1. And now 3-1. Fires that one foul, and the count goes full. Jackson Bates on deck. Got a piece, but it's squeezed by Rydell, and that's out number 2.
So the Redbirds down to their last out. The runner on.
Just the 4th strikeout of the game for Brian. Still, he has been very hard to solve. I mean, 9 hits in the game, but scattered throughout. Bates
He's been solid.
Takes a pitch for a strike. Bates 2 for 2 in the game. Last time this position came up, Zach White lined out back to Brian. Off speed pitch misses, 1-1. Might have been looking fastball there as he was out in front of that breaking pitch. Davis Bryant trying to complete the complete game. Giving up just the 1 run back in the 3rd inning. Misses outside, 2-2.
That did not miss by much. Give credit to Bates for just for not offering at it, especially with 2 strikes.
Foul back and out of play. We'll try again. Bates just trying to keep the ball game going. Brewers trying to go from a half game behind to a half game ahead of the Redbirds. That one way high, 3-2.
Well, we haven't seen any movement in the bullpen, obviously, and they're going to let them finish this game.
Pitch is down and away, ball 4. That is the first walk issued by Davis Bryan with 2 outs in the 9th inning. And it means the tying run on base for the Redbirds as Clubbin strides to the plate. Clubbin 0 for 2. He was replaced by Gertz the last time through the lineup. Now comes up in a pressure spot. Fouls it back to the backstop. This one hit well to center. It will fall in front of Scott. They will stop the lead runner at third, and wisely because Scott got it in quickly, but the bases are loaded. And back to the top of the order, the tying run now in scoring position for Xander Parr. Walk, strikeout, or a walk and a single since we got to 2 out. Beauty of a curve. And Bryan had the count 0-1. Parr got a piece, but he's behind the count 0-2. And again, Bryan within a strike of the complete game win.
And the Redbirds are putting a lot of pressure on him to get that last strike.
This one hit high to right center. Underneath it to make the catch is Scott. And the Brewers will hold on for the 3-1 win.
Yeah, you know, and give Davis Bryan a lot of credit. He went the distance, and you know, a little rough 9th inning, but he was able to get through and get the win for his squad. And that'll be their 13th win of the year. They've now 8 out of their last 10.
Yeah, and 10 hits for the Redbirds. They were able to get to him that way, but not able to getting the crucial hits when they had guys in scoring position. They came up with 3 of those hits in that 3rd inning when they scored their 1 run. It's a tight ball game throughout, but the Brewers get away with the win. Again, the final score, Forest Lake 3, Coon Rapids 1. We want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young saying good night.